Right, here we go. It's been a couple of weeks. Apologies for that, but with scheduling being a massive pain in the arse and people going away to Los Angeles. I was ready to say Las Vegas for a second there, but no, Los Angeles for conventions and stuff like that. Major Farscape convention, yes. We are now back and up and running, so I'm about to actually remember to undeafen my sound this time so that you guys can actually hear the players and not go for another fucking hour with absolutely no game sound and no voice from my players other than me, because that was a colossal fuck up on my part, but hey ho. And we will get straight into the swing of things. Just make sure that everything is up and running. Everything looks nice. We got Dana's pretty iridescent blue dice on screen because they are really pretty. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Aloha.
Yeah, it's cool. Everyone is here. I need to quickly go ahead and mute my microphone, my actual phone, because like I will get pings and notifications on my phone like forever, so I'm going to turn that off. So that's not happening. We all ready to go? Ow. That was a question for you guys.
Sure, why not?
Yeah? Cool.
Woo.
Right. The last time we played, all those many moons ago, you guys had successfully managed to bring Coralina back to life in the class HQ with the assistance of Erin.
Still haven't figured out if that's a positive thing or not.
And we don't know yet. We'll figure that out.
We did beat up all the big nasties first. I mean, it's quite
well, yeah, you did beat up all the big nasties, the Baylor and the Glabrezu that it had summoned, and managed to drag her corpse, well, actually, heft her corpse atop an ass to the clasp HQ. There, with the assistance of Erin, you managed to revivify her after you delayed her passing up to 24 hours. There was a bit of an incident in regards to Erin and Talar having a little bit of an argument, a bit of a spat. As you went off by yourself, Talar, you actually noticed that your holy symbol had cracked. And, well, taking a few moments of prayer to your goddess upon opening your eyes, your divine intervention actually rolling low enough to come to pass. Saloon, your goddess, actually came to you in a somewhat a vision, dream. You're not quite sure what it was, but she approached you and tried to ensure that although her faith in you had faltered, you still had much to do in order to redeem yourself, and you were reminded of your duty as a cleric sworn to Saloon and what you should be doing and what you shouldn't forego, even if you're in combat. Your holy symbol repaired itself, and you, after spending some time with Victorless, you went to have your long rest, and sharing a room with Victorless, who went for a bit of meditation. Meanwhile, Nestari, Victorless, Temple, and Coralina, you all spent a little bit of time with Erin after he had managed to revive you. Coralina, ale had been summoned.
It's whiskey.
Whiskey, sorry, yes. Well, alcohol had been summoned then. And not long after the massive ordeal, everyone being extremely exhausted from many expended spell slots, a lot of HP being lost, someone being dead, you all managed. You all picked a corner or went off to a private little room to settle down and get a nice long rest, where you all hopefully have successfully leveled up to 12th level. Applied your update in the bot, so if you haven't done that just now, remember to !update in the chat and just hit enter, and it'll automatically draw your new stats from D&D Beyond.
make sure that's right.
Cool.
Yay.
And that's where we begin. So, starting off things first, Victorious, you would be the first person to awake since you only need 4 hours of meditation. So, is there anything you would like to do before everyone else wakes up?
Well, I'm gonna climb down from the roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did set up on like the support beam that crosses the roof, and it was it wasn't too uncomfortable. The support beam isn't too wide to support you, but it was good enough.
What sort of time are we looking at here?
It would be roughly 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Is everyone going quiet?
David, can you hear us? David.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, can you hear us?
Hello, hello.
I don't think David can
that's-
hear us.
That's probably a hard no, big shooter.
Yeah, that's a big negative, Ghost Rider. Right.
He just needs to log out, disconnect and reconnect to Discord. I've had this before.
Oh, crap, it'd help if I was typing in the right thing. Rika. There he goes. Right, let's hopefully this works. Right, there we go. Can you hear us now? Hello. Hello. I don't think you can. Check your output device in settings. Might have changed. He's not deafened. A little symbol pops up if you're deafened. Yeah, a little symbol pops up if he's deafened, so he's not got us deafened. While he's figuring that out, Adam, is there
Yes.
Sorry, Victorious, is there anything you would like to do? It's about 4 a.m. There are a few members of the class kicking about. You can assume they're either like just early risers, or they're elves such as yourself and only do require the 4 hours meditation, but there are still people up and about.
Okay, so I just assume that I've made my way back into the class from where I was meditating.
Yeah, because because it was actually a rooftop, like the roof of a window, that's like jutting out from a rooftop after leaving the class HQ once Talar had fallen asleep. Yeah, I remember that now. So yeah, if you'd like to, you can like make your way. The streets of StilBen, probably not that many people kicking about. But if you do make your way back down to the class HQ, then you will find people down there. Sorry, I actually forgot.
Yeah, I just wondered whether it was the time of the morning where the streets of the town might have started coming to life.
Not at the moment. No, there's a few there's a few people here and there, but it's not coming to life yet. You've got a few hours to wait before that.
All I want to do is I just wanted to pick up some arrows, basically. That's all.
Unless you go down to the clasp and potentially go to the fence, to Jacques.
Yeah.
You're not going to find anything.
No, that's fine. I will if he's around, if he's awake and he's not holding up a big pile of books or something, I will scoot down there.
Yeah, all right. So you make your way down to the clasp HQ. Again, there are a few people here and there dotted about. They still have their black hoods up and like half mask up to their just under the bridge of their nose. You can't really see their facial features. But there are a few like early risers up and about. You make your way to the same side room that you were directed to before, where Jacques had set up his little store that had the piles and piles of what looked to be hoarded junk. Once you actually step in, though, it's actually because a lot of it had been just brought in and passed off to him like quite rapidly, he's managed to sell quite a lot of it, or he's managed to like sort all of it into their rightful places. It's not too bad. There's still a couple of piles here and there of stuff that's yet to be sorted, but the place looks relatively tidier than what it was before, and he is there at his at his desk. Kind of glances up to you. Ah, you. What can I do for you?
Well, those arrows were so bloody effective last time. I thought I'd come back and buy some more.
Ah, some of the special ones, eh?
Yeah, I'll take whatever you've got. Seems to be pretty effective.
Give me a second. I'm sure I've got a few more in the back here. Kind of turns around off his stool and hops down. You see him walk to the back to it looks to be a large cupboard, and opens one of the side doors and starts looking through. Cool. He kind of steps out. You can you see like a large bundle of arrow shafts in his hands as he closes the cupboard door, walks over to you, places it down on the table. Like, there you are. That's all I've got at the moment. It's only the 12 of the plus ones. But like before, +1 to hit, +1 to damage as well, and does stack on top of any enchantments that are on your bow. So if you want them, I will give you them to you for well, seeing as you're a return customer, and it's not a full bundle, I'd say maybe how about 5 gold? 5 gold for the lot of them.
Very reasonable. Sounds absolutely superb.
Pleasure
Hand
doing
over the
business to you.
gold.
Yep, slides over the bundle of 12. It's only 12, so it's not a full bundle of 20. But he
That's cool.
slides them over to you. Takes the 5 gold. Counts it all. Pops it into like a little drawer in the side of his table. Is there anything else I can get for you?
No, that'll be fine. I'm going to be right back in just a sec, so skip
Yeah,
to the other guys.
of course. Right. A few hours pass. Coralina, you're the next one to wake up.
All right, so I'm up. Notice my book is in my lap. I'll shut it and put it in my bag of holding. No one else seems to be stirring yet.
Not at the moment. No, it seemed to be the only one who's the only person that's in the room that is has stirred at the moment. You don't know about Talara or Victoria, so they didn't stay in the room with you.
Okay. So I'll pop a first level spell slot to summon Sir Barkley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kind of like his dark brown feathered form kind of like almost seems to bleed in from the dark wood of the walls, and kind of just glides over, and with a couple of gentle beats of his wings lands on your left shoulder where he's normally set up, and just kind of ruffles his feathers and looks down to you.
So I'm gonna look over to so when you said Aaron has like a makeshift bed, did they have like a table there
It's
as
a
well?
table. No, it's just a table that has like
Okay.
a white cloth draped over it and a pillow at one end, and that's basically it's just a makeshift gurney. It's not it's nothing extravagant. It's probably not the most comfortable thing either.
Okay. So look over at my sleeping compatriots still. I have an idea. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to venture out of that side room. Does it look like the bar is open?
As you kind of like as you glance out, it doesn't seem to be open yet. But the individual who's behind the bar seems to be getting everything ready. So you could assume the next 10 minutes to half an hour.
I mean, I have no concept of time, so I'm gonna venture over.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like try to get his attention.
kind of glances over to you. Well, hello there, lass. What can I do for you?
I was wondering, could I get I know this is gonna sound weird. Do you have like 2 plates? Just so I can borrow. I'll bring them right back as soon as my companions are done.
Plates? Yeah,
Yes.
do you want them filled with anything, or
No, empty's fine.
empty plates?
Yes, and can you go ahead and pour 2 ales?
Mm,
Please?
yeah. A weird one. He kind of like walks away, comes back with 2 like brilliant white, like clean plates, and passes them over to you. And
Okay.
kneels over and grabs 2 glass tankards. You can hear the ale flowing from the tapped barrel that is just off to your left. And puts them down in front of you, slides them over. Is there anything else that I can get for you?
No, that's fine.
Bit early for someone like you, isn't it?
They're not for me.
Okay. Well, enjoy your morning, lass.
Thank you. And I'll take my plates, the 2 ales, and I'll go back to the side room. Barkley's still on my shoulder, correct?
Yep, Barclay's still on your shoulder.
Okay, so if
I'm
there's
not around, am I? Am I
no,
anywhere?
no,
near?
you're-
Am I-
No, he's in the room.
You're
I know he
you're in the
is.
room. Yeah, Temple. You're in the
Oh.
room. You are in your inanimate state, so you're aware of Coralina.
Yeah, fully aware. Yeah.
Yeah, you're aware of
fully
Coralina
aware.
leaving. And then a few
Okay.
minutes later, she comes back.
All right, is there another flat surface in this side room
Yeah,
besides?
there's like a small, like little, like a lamp desk or a bedside desk, just to the side.
Okay,
of
that's
the
what I
door.
was hoping for.
Mhm.
All right, so I'll set down one of the plates, set down one of the ales. My mild conjuration.
Mhm.
I'm conjuring 10 pounds of bacon.
Hold on a second. This is one of your feats, right?
Yes, because I'm a wizard.
Uh.
You let me get away with 10 pounds of pastries.
Yeah, inanimate objects. Yeah, minor conjuration. Yeah. What kind of bacon? So like streaky bacon, back bacon, crispy, smoked. What is
Oh
this?
no! It's like, okay, the way Coralina likes her bacon is it's just slightly this side of salmonella, so it's still got the nice thick
It's
fat
nice.
parts in it.
A
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
it's nice and fatty, and it's like a
It's a
bright
thick
pink,
cut.
thick
Yeah.
cut, bright pink. Okay, yeah, I
Think
pretty
Miyazaki
decent.
bacon.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can get with that.
All right, and I'll go and move like what I can try to assume to be half of it onto one plate. Keep
Okay.
the other one.
Yeah.
One ale is down. I go over to where the corner is, where Neftari is still, I assume, curled up like a cat.
Yeah, he's still snoring away.
Plate's down, drink is down,
Mm-hmm.
and I walk away a little bit to have a conversation with Barkley.
Okay.
So, about 5, maybe 20 minutes, let them sleep, but probably before this disappears, yeah?
Of course, and I would assume I'm receiving payment for my duties, Lady Coralina.
I'll mage hand to grab a strip of bacon from Neftari's plate and offer it to Barkley. You'll get a greater reward later.
Takes it in one of his talons. And what would this greater reward be for watching over the knave?
It's been a while since you've had salmon, right?
It has been far too long, my lady.
Salmon it is then. So you keep watch 20 minutes. So yeah. I'm going to go get changed because I'm covered in like 4 different ichors of monsters that I can't even recognize anymore. And I'd gladly like to be in something a bit warmer.
Of course, my lady. I will do exactly as you ask me to. And kind of
All right.
flutters off, and like, there's the chair that you had fallen asleep in when you were sat next to it, and he flutters and sits down on the back with his talon, like brings the strip of bacon up to his beak and starts munching away on it.
Okay. And I'll go leave the room to go find a place to get changed.
Okay. About 5 minutes later, Neftari, there is a sudden sharp pain to the side of your head multiple times. I need you to quickly go ahead and roll me a constitution check. Let's see if you actually wake up from this. 16. Yeah, no, you're having a really nice dream. You're surrounded in like plains of like beautiful flowers, and there's lots of beautiful, barely dressed women surrounding you. And then for some unknown reason, there's just this sharp jab of pain in the side of your head. And a couple seconds later, it hits you again and again. And as you kind of realize that you've come to consciousness, it's a bit of a dream. You look over to on your left shoulder, and there's Sir Barclay, the Bloodhawk, on your shoulder, pecking you in the side of the head. Kind of ruffles his feather and just caws at you, and then flies off to the chair. You kind of glance down. There's a half plate of bacon there, and a freshly poured ale sitting there waiting for you for your breakfast. Temple is still inanimate at the foot of the bed for Aaron, and Aaron's still sound asleep on the table at the moment. Bacon, just you kind of glance up, look around. There's no one else. No one's going to be here to see this except Temple. Good. Just hands full of bacon, and just start like diving into it. This is the first time you've had something proper to eat since you've had the pastries about 24 hours ago. And so I'm getting a bit hungry. It doesn't last like a minute. You have the half plate, so that's about 5 pounds of bacon gone in minutes.
That's very peculiar. I'm gonna pick up a slice of this barely cooked bacon.
It's not barely cooked. It's cooked. It wouldn't hurt anyone if they ate it, but it is quite a vibrant shade of pink.
Does that
That's
matter of what plate
still-
he's grabbing from? Because I assume Temple may pull back a nub. Just fine.
Temple got a plate as well, because I'm going to try and eat that as well. Because
No.
Oh no, there's 2 plates. One that the bacon was split in 2. One was set beside you. The other one was set on a small table next to Aaron.
going to eat my
I'd
own.
like to try something if you don't mind. Can I have a piece of that?
Oh, what? You want my bacon?
Would like a piece of that bacon. Yes, I wish to try something.
You don't eat.
Nope.
And if Terry tries to shovel the rest of the bacon into his mouth before he...
He's like, no. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution save.
It's gonna choke.
7. It's like, you struggle to hold it in your mouth before you take a deep breath. Temple, you just hear a large gulp, and all of the bacon he manages to keep it down. The DC wasn't that high. Manages to actually take all of the bacon down. All of the strips, and the remaining strips that he had on his plate, gone. So the only strips of bacon that are left are the second plate that is next to Aaron. He is still asleep, so if you want to go and take one from his, probably could get away with it.
There's another plate over there. Going to start swigging my... Am I still let down?
Sorry?
Try swigging the ale while still kind of let down.
Yeah, you push yourself upright a little bit because nobody wants to spill their drink, so you push yourself upright in order to take a few gulps of the ale. But once you're done with it, you can set it down and lie back down and get comfortable again if you'd want.
No, my eyes are on that other plate of bacon.
Just lie down on your side, staring up at the plate like. bacon.
I ease myself not onto my feet, but onto all fours, and I start stalking it like a cat on the hunt.
And what are you wanting to do just now, Temple? Well, you can see Nethari just at the corner of your vision, just kind of stalking his prey of this second plate of bacon that he looks to want to devour.
I suppose the morally correct thing would be to stop him eating the bacon, but I'm a paladin, not the food police. Temple thinks out loud again. As inanimate as I normally am, my head is just in perfect gyrus, synchronous, following Neftari. I'm just letting this play out. You can't
Right.
stop the forces of nature.
All right,
Temple
Neftari,
thinks
what are you
out
doing?
loud.
Neftari, what are you doing?
I hold my finger up. Do you want some bacon?
All right, I want you to go ahead and roll me a stealth check. I'm gonna have to go and open up his character sheet now. God damn it. All right, now go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check. 13. Right. Let's take a look. See here. Perception. Yeah, it's not that good. So let's see. That's a natural 20 on his perception. So that's the first roll of the night out of the way. Nice. And sleight of hand. Let's see. This would be a dex check. Flat dex check. +1. Just beats you. As you rolled a 13 with a +1 to his dex, so he literally just beat you out on that. As you kind of like you're trying to be subtle about it, but you're just shh. You shush Temple really loudly. There's a and a grumble from Aaron. He kind of he peeks his eyes open and spots the plate and glances over to you. And you see, like, as you're reaching out to try and take the bacon, there's just a slap of your hand as he bats your hand away. It's like, no, don't even think about it. Mine. He actually just reaches out, a large scaled hand, grasps the plate of bacon, like the bacon on the plate, and just takes it all over, rolls over onto his back, and just keeps like a massive pile of bacon on his chest, and just just munches away on it while lying on his back, his eyes half closed. I will say there's probably maybe 2 or 3 strips of bacon left on the plate.
Okay, I'll sit there just watching him eat it, waiting to see if he leaves any.
You can actually, let's see. Yeah, he kind of glances over to you, and then slowly and deliberately eats like one really thick cut of bacon right in front of you. Just very slowly, very deliberately. It's so delicious. A couple of seconds later, you just hear the grumble of your stomach as you're just watching him eat this bacon before you. It's like a fucking crime against nature.
You know, Neftari, if I knew you had such a tenacious appetite, I'd have prepared my spell that allows me to summon food.
You can summon food too.
I
Bacon!
I'd rather be able to cast a magic circle, but it's something I could arrange next time we have a rest.
Yes, but the issue with the create food and water spell is
Aaron, don't ruin the fun. Food is food, whatever that food is.
okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. But
You can't make the bacon now. I'm hungry now.
I mean, I could make 45 pounds of bacon for you if you want, or at least I could try to.
Are you not still a bit weak?
I am, but if you so desperately want bacon, I could try to.
Okay, I can go for bread on a stick.
Do you want them to? Sorry.
No, I know Aaron's exhausted.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
All right. He finishes
Summon
off eating.
5th level steak.
He finishes off eating his bacon. And there's a few strips of bacon left that are on the plate. Do you want them?
Yeah.
You do. All right. Go ahead and make me a dex check. Actually, no. Sleight of hand check. It'll be. I need the PHP. I think it is 11. Is it in here? No, it's in the monster manual. Oh, I need this one because I need to go to here. Dex is a +2. Okay. An 11. Ha! 13. As a 15. As you kind of reach out to grab the few remaining strips of bacon that Erin has left on the plate, there's a whooshing noise as a blur of brown feathers kind of swoops down in front of you. Talons latch onto the strips of bacon, and Sir Barclay the Bloodhawk flies off to the chair. The back of the chair sets on the back, and just brings his talons up to his beak, and he starts munching the strips of bacon that he's just stolen from underneath you.
Oh, damn bird!
Neftari, have you ever considered transforming into something smaller that has a smaller stomach and requires less food, presumably?
Well, I haven't, but I have now.
You could make a single piece of bacon last a week if you were just a small hamster or something.
Well, I could change into a hamster next time I have bacon and just absolutely gorge myself till I nearly pop.
Does
That
anyone
sounds
know
better.
where Victoralis went off to?
No, but what were you going to do with the bacon anyway?
I was going to try and see what happens if I cast Lesser Restoration on it.
Oh, what would you expect to happen? It turn into a pig?
It's cured meat.
I have no idea.
Zing!
Wow.
Oh, for fuck's
I mean-
sake.
Damn, how I should pass you the bacon now?
Coralina, your bard is showing.
When is it not showing?
Anyway, Nathari and Temple, is there anything else you guys would like to do this morning?
Look for a plot hook.
You've had many of those that you've just decided not to follow, so we'll
I
wait
was
on
busy.
that. All right, moving swiftly onwards. Talar, as you come to consciousness in the little side room that you and Victorlus chose to sleep in the night before, as you come to consciousness, you glance around and you actually see that you are now alone in the room. Don't know why, but it seems that Victorlus has kind of like snuck off, like not either in the middle of the night or not long after you went to sleep to be on his own.
She vaguely remembers that he does a lot of meditation and figures that's probably where he went, what he did. Probably went off to get some other things, and she'll sit up and look. She's gonna look at her pendant again, remember everything that played through the night before, and make a mental vow to try a lot harder and try to refocus where she's trying to go. And after a few minutes, she's going to get up and try and find some food.
Okay, very quickly, high or low.
Low.
As you kind of reassure yourself of your goals and the tasks set out to you by your goddess, and you kind of open your eyes and like get set to stand up, and in the darkness of this side room, you see a faint kind of lavender colored glow emanate from your holy symbol for just a moment before you get up and head on out and start your day.
Soft glow causes her to smile just a little bit.
All right. Continuing on, Victoris, is there anything else that you would like to do before we catch up with everyone getting together?
No, I'm gonna head back with my arrows, and I was thinking about getting some food as well.
All right.
So I'll just convene with the general populace.
All right. And Coralina, after you've gotten changed, are you going to try and find everyone else, or are you just heading back to the side room? Like we're in.
I assume they're gonna go to the side room anyway because that's
Mhm.
where where the big guy is. So I'll head back there.
All right, fair enough.
If it's been about an hour or so, has it been about an hour?
I'd say it's been about 45 minutes, closing in on an hour.
Okay, I'll still wait the extra 15.
All right. So you wait the extra 15. You make your way back to the side room. It has been an hour, so any evidence that bacon ever existed on the plates just ceases to exist, as they're now both sparkling clean again.
Cool. I'll conjure a pastry for myself because I haven't eaten yet.
All
it's
right.
just the one of the big ones, about the size of your hand.
Yeah, really large, Danish, really big.
Yes.
Thing.
It's gotta be a custard Danish. It's gotta have the custard filling.
Fair enough. As you enter the room and conjure your pastry, and before you, Barclay flutters off from the chair and lands on your shoulder, just kind of ruffles his feathers at you again and settles in. A few minutes later, Talara, I'm assuming Talara, you would want to regroup with everyone else as well.
She's gonna want to find some kind of food first.
Okay. As you as you head out into the main room, the main hall of the HQ, there's a lot of people at the bar placing orders for food. Could be a couple of minutes wait if you're waiting to order something to eat.
What kind of foods would she see being handed out, or what kind of
handed
smell?
out? There's you can smell toast, bacon, eggs, sausages, fried mushrooms. You can see some
I believe there
fried
was
tomatoes.
a specific person selling food here, wasn't there?
Not doing rat on a stick.
Squirrel on a stick, was it as well?
There was squirrel on a stick, but you don't know if it's the same person behind the bar.
The smell of bacon and eggs and whatnot smells divine to her, and she's willing to wait a couple minutes.
Okay. Victoris, you heading straight back to the side room, yeah?
No, I was gonna go get some food as well.
All right, cool.
So
as you kind of
waiting in the queue,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, "Good morning. You sleep okay?" And as I do so, can I use Thieves' Cant to try and communicate to whoever is serving to start placing an order of breakfast?
Yeah, as you begin your conversation with Talar, you use Thieves' Cant to place your order. But as you're halfway through your order, one of the people in front of you kind of turns around, puts a hand on your shoulder, and is like, "I would be very appreciative if you didn't try and cut in and order before people. You're in a guild of thieves, may I remind you, we all speak the cant here." And he kind of removes his hand from your shoulder and turns around.
You had that coming.
You tried to use thieves' can't surrounded by thieves.
Come on, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't realise I'm doing it. I'm new at this. Forgive me.
Uh-huh. Well, we may be thieves, but we are civilized. You can wait your damn turn. Kind of
That
like
I will, brother.
kind of like shrugs his shoulders and like gets back to waiting for food from the bartender, who seems to be like really busy at the moment. A couple of minutes pass, like about 5 minutes pass, and the queue kind of filters out people all getting their food, so you will be able to basically be up next for ordering something to eat.
Cool. So, yeah, I was just gonna whisper to Lara at the time. It was worth a try. Just wait patiently in the queue until.
Okay.
I can't believe you tried that.
Well,
Yes.
you don't know. You don't speak thieves' can't, so you don't know you tried.
Well, if the guy
well,
turned
he
around
did,
and
he did,
said
but
that, then
yeah, he did, but you don't know what thieves' can't is.
no. But
So
if the guy turned around and said, to
yeah, but
wait his turn and whatnot, so
okay.
w-
If you
I
think you'd
would.
be able to deduce that, but
You want me
I mean,
to roll
no,
something for it?
no, it's fine, it's fine. If you can, I would say, I genuinely would say no, because yeah, fair enough. Like, he turned around and essentially threatened Victorlus, but as far as you're aware, Victorlus was just speaking to you. So I mean,
Okay, so then I'll tell you what. I'll change a little bit. What did you do to piss him off?
Yeah, never mind. I'll tell you later. Let's just get some breakfast.
as he kind
Okay.
of brushes it aside, both step up to the bar. Before we get into ordering, Coralina and Neftari Temple, are you guys wanting to leave to get some proper breakfast, or are you guys just staying in the side room?
Oh no, I mean, because I can keep conjuring food as much as I want.
Yeah, you've got your pastries and bacon, so.
No, I've been just eating pastries.
Well,
So can
yeah,
you
but
conjure,
you've got
like,
your pastries. Neftari has bacon. Like, well, you can't
had
make
bacon.
for
He had bacon.
had.
Now
Yeah.
it's just looking
Yes.
sadly at an empty plate. I'm watching you eat your pastry.
Don't have bacon anymore.
I'm feeling left out. Can you conjure something for me?
What do you want?
Well, I don't eat, but I don't know. I'd like to experience chewing on something. Got gum?
As you wonder,
What's gum?
What's gum?
I mean, anything inanimate, so.
How about a nice cold bowl of screws? I don't know what Warforged could eat if they could.
And
Bowl
they
of
don't
screws.
eat.
I've
Yeah,
never
okay.
tried before.
Bowl of
Bowl
screws, my pastry is gone.
Your pastry, your half-eaten pastry disappears. There's a bowl of screws that kind of appears just in front of your temple.
And
drops
that's
into your hand.
where the DM makes the mistake of saying that food can be anything as long as someone tries to eat it.
Did I
I'll
ever
eat
actually
summon
say
anything now,
that?
as long as I say I'll eat it.
And did I ever say that?
Coralina, could you please summon a bowl of diamonds for me? I'm really getting peckish.
Don't know if is that a thing? Can I technically do that?
No,
No.
you cannot.
Damn.
I will dictate what you can and can't conjure, especially
I can't-
fucking diamonds of all things. Because, like, oh, yeah, conjure like 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds so you can just revivify at will.
I mean, it does say 10
No.
pounds worth, so.
Well, I am a big badass warforged. I can wash it down with an ice cold glass of broken glass.
Are you going to eat the bowl of screws, or at least attempt to?
Will it make me stronger?
There's
chew on
only
one of them,
one
see
way
what
to
happens.
find out.
I'm going to eat one of these screws.
There's a really high pitched screeching noise, essentially, Coralina and Neftari, as you just see Temple like pop a screw into his mouth and just starts crunching and grinding away on the screw.
I haven't been this disturbed since being introduced to this party.
This
And
isn't
then-
working. I'm going to
and
spit
Temple-
it out. Also, can I roll for that?
Temple, you realize that you don't have a throat, so you can't physically swallow any food. So it's got nowhere to go but out the way it came in. And you're going to spit it out, yeah? Are you going to take care with where you're spitting out this chewed up
At the
shard
bowl.
of screw? At
If
the bowl.
Temple's got
Back
no
at the
lips, how
bowl,
can
but at
lips
full
fit?
strength.
With sheer determination, Victorless. I would like you to go ahead and roll me an unarmed strike attack. And we'll see if you hit this bowl and cause it to shatter.
That's me, right?
Yes, that's you, Temple. As you spit out this buffed up and completely trashed screw. $16. Yeah, that'll do it with for 8 points of damage. As the really flattened and extremely destroyed screw, you spit it out, it just ting, clicks off the bowl. There's a like the crack slowly forms, and then it just splinters and shatters, and now there's hundreds of screws that just scatter all over the floor.
Well, I will
Well-
say that once the bowl is taken damage, I believe it disappears.
It does, yes, because it's like if it takes damage, it does disappear. So the screws scatter onto the floor and then just fizzle into white sparks or light blue sparks and then disappear.
Well, we all
Okay,
learned something today.
Yep, I'm glad I didn't give you the bacon.
Anyway, we're going to move back to Victorless and Talar. You guys managed to push up to the front of the bar. The bartender's like breathing quite heavily. His face, what you can see, is bright red, essentially. He's just like, oh, what can I give you?
Have you got any bacon?
Oh, I've got plenty of everything. I just give me 2 minutes to catch my breath. Whew.
I'm more than happy to give you that time.
Thank you. There's more than one place for these very nice individuals, he says, as you kind of glance over and you see like a group of 4 of the class members who've they're beginning to eat their meal, just kind of stop and all just in unison glance over to the bartender who's about to call them something really nasty. Just very nice individuals. Could go someplace else to get something to eat, but no, they all flock here. Anyway,
Maybe
what would you
you're
guys
honestly
like?
the best.
The food does smell very good.
Well, I appreciate the compliments, but it doesn't change the fact of the matter that I'm one man, and I really, really don't want to have to deal with a lot of people at once. It's not actually in my job description. Anyway, what can I get for you guys?
Well, take your time, but if you do a breakfast special, make sure it's got plenty of bacon. I'm happy to wait. Take your time.
Bacon does sound very good.
I can do our breakfast bowl. It's a toasted bun with cut sausage, egg, mushrooms, bacon, tomato, with the side of a couple of sauces as well, with toast and butter there as well, if that tickles your fancy at all.
I'll do absolutely fine for me.
That sounds divine. Thank you.
Of course, 2 of them coming right up. Takes about 5-10 minutes. and comes back with a bowl. Like it's a very shallow bowl, but the bowl is actually stacked, like really full. Slides them over to you. Please enjoy, and kind of glances over to the side. And as you follow his glance, the group of four that had given him really evil looks kind of glance over to you guys, look down at their bowls, and you notice it's about half as full compared to yours. They just kind of shake their heads in frustration and continue on with their own breakfast. I treat the customers that treat me well better than others. But anyway, please enjoy.
We appreciate it. I'm going to slide 2 gold over to him.
Takes 2 gold in his fingers, slides them back to you. I don't charge any members of the class here, friend.
It's very good of you. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And heads into the back. So, after everyone has their breakfast and is finished up with any early morning shenanigans, you all regroup together in the side room where you had made your plans previously. Is there any other bullshit that you guys want to get out of the way now before you continue to derail my campaign? I mean, before you guys continue onwards.
Yeah, I wanted
Maybe something different will happen if I try and eat bacon instead.
Fucking hate
Never
you
mind.
so much.
to show Coralina the topaz dagger.
Okay.
And well, have her just inspect it, see what she thinks.
Okay, I can spend 10 minutes to identify.
Yeah.
Hey, so I never did show you this.
I helped you steal it.
No, but then you threw it to me, and well, it's. Hey, what do you think?
It is
Does it look-
it's a very nice, like, you're not really one for, like, for weapons, Carlina. You've got your magic. You've never been one to get into the thick of things, hand-to-hand combat, like using like blades or bows or anything like that. But there is something about this blade. It is made from topaz, and like, considering that it's a gemstone, it like, it seems to, after it's been made into a blade, surprisingly it hasn't broken, and it looks to be quite sharp. It actually looks quite nice for a blade.
I mean, it is rather pretty, but not what I was aiming for of it being magical. So, I guess whoever told you it was magical was lying.
Kind of feeling it was really valuable. He was really proud of it.
I mean, it's topaz.
The 10 minutes go by. They identify, and there's no magical properties whatsoever to this blade. It is just it. You can ascertain that because it was his own personal, like, weapon. Everyone kind of develops bonds with their personal weapons. If something were to happen to it, I mean, anyone would be devastated for a personal weapon that's seen them through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, this one
probably
seems
the only
perfectly
value from it.
mundane.
Well, it's nice though, isn't it?
I mean, I guess it is. I mean, I've seen bigger things back home.
Oh, where you go back home?
Primarily, father favored amethysts, so bunch of amethysts, really.
What, we're into swords and stuff.
I don't. No, not me into swords. Mostly jewelry and stuff.
Worth stealing then.
Can we not talk about stealing from my family?
Yeah, you don't fancy it?
You know I'm related to them, right?
Yeah, but I thought they kicked you out or something.
No. I ran off. I didn't get kicked out. I'm still his only viable heir, so it'd be kind of stupid to kick me out, because then his line dies with him.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Sorry,
So,
pellets.
what are you guys' plans for the day?
Well, what were we doing before all this nonsense happened?
Before all this nonsense happened, you had.
No, I'm asking that in to the party.
You're asking that in game. Okay. You were asking that to me. Sorry.
This nonsense. You mean everybody practically died?
Yeah, that nonsense.
Yeah, I am really sorry about that. So that's why I had breakfast kind of conjured.
Yeah, they've got some really good bacon cooking down there.
Oh, what? They weren't even really open yet, so all I asked was for a couple of plates and some ale.
Oh well, bacon was sizzling when we got there. And I got some new arrows.
Oh, that's always good.
So,
Yeah, the Myriad, they had a spy in the museum. Do you think he was there the whole time?
more than likely.
So how come he never revealed himself last time we were there? I wonder how many people in the museum exactly are compromised, because that wasn't good.
Oh, Victoria, that's what you can remember from after the fight with the Baylor. You actually went into the back and started taking a look around.
Yep.
The like the caretaker quarters in the back is completely empty. So the elderly individual, the elderly man, and Callum, the young lad who turned into the Baylor, apparently were the only two there.
I
Didn't
just
the old
assumed that
fella-
if that was his assistant or whatever, that they were probably both in on.
Didn't we tell the old fella to go back to the keep,
Different old fellow.
back to our castle, where the dragons, what's it called,
Silverdrick Keep.
keep. Didn't we?
Yeah, that was
Didn't we say
curator,
that-
different guy.
Don't think the curator's in on it as well. We don't know who's compromised and who isn't. What if he's gone back there to kill the dragon?
Oh, then I hope they chew his arms and legs off.
I'm sure if he was one of them, he would have joined in on the attack against us when we rescued.
Oh, I thought he'd already set off. Journey, no.
I mean, don't we still have that thing to do for, Westruun?
Yeah, that we do.
What thing? What's that?
I'm still working for the class. Gonna go check out if the Myriad have moved to Westruun.
Supposed
You
to
know,
be the next
Whitestone.
point on their journey. They were heading away from Whitestone. They'd already left, or as far as we could tell, they'd already left. The next big city on their way is Westruun. Best chance of intercepting them.
No, I could, perhaps after my next rest, cast a divination spell and ask where they are. Whether we're going to meet them on the road or actually in the city.
Well, if we can get into the city, hopefully we can find out a little more information. I think certainly I have, and hopefully the rest of us have learnt a little bit about blending in.
Okay, well, it's probably a couple of days' travel to Westruun. You reckon we should set out?
Yeah, the whole teleportation idea didn't really work out for us, did it?
It's a shame. I'd like to have gone to Whitestone. I hear that's where they make all of those what are they called again? Those crossbows without arms?
The exploding stick
The
things.
barrel things, yes.
Yeah. I reach into my quiver and pull out one of the guns that I've still got in there.
One of the long barrel rifles.
One of these. Stick it back in there.
Do you think you could handle one of those, Temple? Because in that last battle, sometimes when facing foes like that, the best thing to do isn't to go running right. And if you could use one of them rifles, that would.
Yes, but it'd take me a solid minute of firing this thing to do the damage I can do with a single swing. I'm not really. Well, I'm not practiced with it. It's not my class.
Okay. Can you wear armor? I mean, you basically are a big suit of armor. But do you reckon we could get some more metal on you, or what?
I don't know, but there's no reason we couldn't weld one of these things to my shoulders and have it be string operated.
Fucking Predator shoulder cannon with a laser sight.
So it doesn't hurt if people weld things to you.
I
Is that
don't.
even possible?
You
Really
don't
feel
know.
pain in the conventional sense.
You have no idea if something were to, weld something to your metal form, if it would actually cause you any pain.
Okay, I'd like to look around the room for the closest metal object.
It would certainly do damage, at least initially.
There is a fork in the corner of the room that has been discarded.
We're not welding cutlery to me. For the sakes of science, I'll graft the cannon to my chest, but we are
You've
not
gotta try.
welding cutlery to my fingers.
We're gonna need a blackmith or something.
Hey,
someone
it
with
make
forge
it make
to get this
it
really
makes
hot.
like
Knives.
force feeding. It would make force feeding fucking Neftari super easy because you just point your finger down, scoop up the food, and then jab it in his face.
Although I suppose if we replaced my finger with knives, I'd be an excellent barber. The stuff of nightmares, though, surely.
The Nightmare
Oh,
Barber
we need to find a blacksmith. These screws, we could get the screws
Screws
melted
that have been
onto you.
disappeared. Have
And you'd
disappeared.
be like, oh, where'd they go? If you imagine if you had a spiky coat of pointy things, every one that tries to hit you then would pierce himself.
Thornmail.
I appreciate the ideas, but maybe someone more qualified could tell us a little more about that kind of thing. Not that you wouldn't make an excellent temple wonders allowed. What type of person would do this? A blacksmith? A doctor?
A blacksmith probably do it.
A blacksmith that minored in doctoring?
You
What a
can assume
time
that
to be
a
alive.
blacksmith would be able to attempt such a feat at the very least.
Right. Before we head out on the road, then should we head to a black?
What have I gotten myself into?
This is going to be awesome.
Do we have any realistic plans for the day?
I think heading to Westruun would probably be the best.
You think we should set off today?
Possibly,
we-
because I don't know how
pretty
long it
basic.
takes for, thieves to set up. Even I don't know that.
There'll be a blacksmith in Westruun. I had a look at the map. Mines up there. Where you get mines, you get people to process the metal that comes out of the mines. We could have a good think on the way down, or just what sort of spikes.
Killing two birds with one stone, Neftari. Genius. Well,
All right. So, what are you guys wanting to do?
make our preparations and be on our way then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
Find a way of teleporting to Westruun, did we?
you didn't. You found a rune code that you haven't actually
That's right.
Like you don't know where the code takes you. You could use a teleportation circle, um, or the teleport spell to take you to its location, but you have no idea where it'll spit you out.
Right. Well, I'm gonna head out and try and find us some transport for this journey.
As you make your way to the western gate, you do see like a large stable that's set up just at the just off the to the right, just past like just inside the gate itself. And there's a dwarven woman who's there tending to the horses. And I'm assuming you would all go with Victorless.
I've conjured back my pastry. I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
continue eating.
Is everyone
Yeah,
following behind you?
Well, I mean, my pastry was interrupted.
Sure.
Yes, it was. So you get a fresh pastry that's still custard filled.
Yes.
All right.
There's a soft crunch as I'm biting into the flakiness.
So you head up to the stable. What do you do, Victorless?
Oh, I'll look around. I wanted to see if we know that Temple's a bit of a struggle to go on a horse. So
There is a cart, well, a couple of carts actually. Two that are uncovered. One that has like a white tarp drawn over the top. So it's basically got like a means of carrying a hefty load and have it covered in the back.
What do you think? 2 horses and a carriage? Is anyone else actually here with me at this point?
Yeah, everyone's following behind you.
I'm right here.
Yeah, covered wagon sounds good. Then we've got something to camp in on the road.
Exactly. Do you think? Well, put Temple in the carriage. 2 horses up front pulling the carriage. Is that going to be enough?
We could all go in the carriage.
Let's see what we can negotiate. I'll walk up to the dwarven lady.
Mm-hmm. She kind of turns around as you approach.
Good morning. We're making our way to Westruun, and there's a few of us, and one of us weighs a considerable amount. Wonder whether you can provide us with suitable transport.
Oh, it's a fat one, is it? Absolutely. We've got a couple of carts. We've got plenty of horses, a good few stallions who can heft a heavy load. How many of you are there? How many horses do you need? And is it just 1 or 2 carts?
We're hoping we can make do with 1 cart. We will need a couple of strong horses, though.
A couple of strong horses, no problem, and a cart. And where are you intending to take the horses and cart to?
Well, we'll be heading directly to Westruun.
Westruun, no problem. That will sting you 2 stallions in the cart, 250 gold pieces.
They don't have to be stallions. I think I quite like mares, actually.
Well, it depends on the load that you're carrying. Some of the mares that we have are they're a bit tired. The stallions that we have, they're raring to go.
Yeah, okay.
And Westruun is quite a whiles away, so you do want the most efficient way of getting over there, I'll say.
Yeah, but sexy horses.
Excuse me?
Ignore him.
What?
Sorry. We need to get there quickly and safely. It's more important than sexy horses.
What?
300 gold pieces. Because you've just burned a really disgusting image in my mind, and you're going to have to compensate for that.
He gets like this when he's had bacon.
I don't care. 300 gold pieces, and oh God,
How does that even work?
I don't want to know, lass. Please
Neither
don't
do I.
ask.
Let's
Don't ask the question. Just give me the gold, and I'll get you your horses. Please
dwelling
don't.
on-
Just stay quiet. Yeah, I've got a bad enough image in my head as it is. Takes the gold from you. I'll be right back.
Okay, so that's 60 gold each.
Uh,
Are we good with
It's
that?
okay, I'll pay for the horse.
Oh god.
it's just like a very questionable look on Coralina's face.
Money? What's that?
No,
Bring the
no,
gold.
no. She's still pondering the whole horse thing.
And now Neftari's just paid 300 gold for them without letting the rest of us pay, so that looks
Fair
even
enough.
So does that mean he bought prostitutes?
Yes.
Oh, don't even start.
Yes, let's go
People
with that. He
stallions
just bought.
instead of
He just bought male escorts. I mean, what? No. Anyway, there's a couple minutes go by. The dwarven woman comes out. There's a like quite large black raven that's actually set up on her like a leather covered wrist. A thin piece of parchment that's like kind of wrapped up in leather and tied to the leg of the raven. And she just raises her arm. The raven takes off, and as you kind of watch it take to the sky and fly, if you watch as it heads in the general direction to the northwest. Right, you got two stallions over there hitched up to the covered cart and ready to go. It's all yours. A word is being sent out to Westruun just now to anticipate your arrival in the next few days, so that we can arrange for my property to be returned to me. So when you get there, just leave the horses and cart at the stable, and they'll deal with the rest of it. Okay.
Sounds absolutely fine. Let's get going. Thank you for
Perfect.
your service.
I hope I never have to see you again to get those dirty images out of my head. Thank you for your business. She kind of turns around and just like very quickly scurries into the building to get away from you all. All
You know,
right,
DM,
so
I'm just gonna say that one other book I was talking about earlier
yeah,
with you.
yeah,
That one
I know.
doesn't seem so far fetched now.
It doesn't seem so very far fetched now. I know, God. Anyway, with that, you guys help Temple load up into the back of the cart. It does like kind of creak a little bit. But it does support his weight. You will need one person at the very least up front to direct the horses. The tarp does open at the front, so whoever is driving will be able to like kind of like lean back and like have conversations with everyone who's sitting in the back. If you want to, there is enough space for two at the front, but at least one up front. Everyone else can stay in the back. So if you'd like to set up, like whoever's driving, I'll say, who wants to do that?
Surely the one of us that's best with animals should
I'll drive.
drive. Looks over to Neftari. But I've got my eye on you.
I'm quite happy to drive.
Well, it's
Sure,
between Neftari and Victorlus. Who's wanting to drive?
There isn't room for two of us up front.
There is room for the two of you up front, but only one of you can take the reins and direct the horses.
We can take it in turns. Then we keep well rested.
Yeah, fine.
All right, cool. Who wants to make the roll then?
What for the animal handling?
For the animal handling, yeah, I'll let one of you roll, but it will be at advantage since you're going to be taking turns, like, taking control of everything. What? I don't speak lag. My apologies.
Yeah. Pick up.
I can do the roll.
All right, cool. So Neftari, go ahead and roll an animal handling check at advantage. So go ahead and roll it again. Remember, wait until for advantage or disadvantage before you roll stuff. There you go, 15. Yeah, no, it's no issue with the two of you. You know your way around animals. Victorless, you've been spending a lot of time living in the wilderness and developing your skills as a ranger. You know your way, like how to handle animals, and Nathara, you can turn into one. So it's like second nature for yourself.
And he has
yeah.
other sorts of knowledge of animals.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But you spend a lot of time in total. It's you can estimate it's going to take roughly like 5 days worth of travel to get there. It is a long way away. It's probably twice the distance from where you got out from Tsuri's cave to get back to StilBen. Even though you're on this road, it's probably about twice the distance, so it's going to take you 5 or 6 days worth of travel to get there. But you set off. As you leave StilBen, you as the days go by, you do watch as the summit peaks that you came out from the cave system move slowly make their way past you on the right hand side. You glance up and you can see small little smokestacks at the peaks of one of the mountains where you can just barely make out the brown structures of the tents and little housing shelters of Zafra, the Arashari tribe. The Katal swamp slowly fades out across the horizon as you make your way further northwest. The summit peaks slowly moving ahead and kind of obscuring your view of the Katal swamp. And it's about 3 days in. You're about halfway there. So rolling plains, a couple of trees here and there, and a couple of small spats of forests here and there that don't really last for long before the horses actually begin to kind of get a little bit agitated on the third day. Victorless and Neftari, since you two are the ones that are up front, go ahead and roll me perception checks.
What environment are we in?
This would be a plains environment, so I don't think you've got. Yeah, it's not Forest Underdark or swamp, so unfortunately your natural explorer wouldn't give you advantage here, or give you your double proficiency, I'm afraid.
Okay. Can I use... No. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Thinking of something else.
What's wrong with the horse?
Natalia, on a 16, you notice that in the some of the tree line that's just off to the right of the road, the horses are kind of rearing up, and they seem to be you're kind of struggle to keep them on the road as they kind of divert off to the left. They seem to be wanting to avoid this tree line. And as you kind of look over, you can see a shape of sorts in the trees making its way towards you.
Vic, we've either got a big scary animal that wants to eat us, or we got... I don't fancy either.
Well, I didn't hear what the second thing was, but they both sound
bandits.
bad. Well,
I'd like to just flick on the horses and make them speed up a little.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an animal handling check, and this is going to be at disadvantage. 9. No, they like the horses like actually begin to canter off the road onto the to the left. The cart itself, everyone who's in the back, it starts to actually kind of shake quite violently as the left wheel of the cart starts to run into the dirt, stones, and grass off the road.
So the horses seem to be trying to avoid something.
Trying to avoid something. Something has spooked them.
I'm going to lean back into the carriage as best I can, and something spooked the horses. And it looks like we've got company, so everyone just be ready.
Okay.
Now,
With
Lovely.
that,
can you speak to these beasts?
that was to you, Nethtar. Can you speak to? He's asking if you can speak to the horses. I'm pretty sure.
I missed that. What?
Can you speak to the horses?
Me?
Yeah,
I have a spell, which means I can.
it may be a good time to use it.
Ritual spell, speak of animals first. It's 10 minutes to prepare, though. Lasts for 10 minutes. Hang on.
It lasts for 10 minutes. It is an action to cast if you want to use a spell
So,
slot for it.
like, cast the-
All right, yeah, cool. You cast speak with animals, and you have the ability to speak to the horses if you so choose to.
What's up, lads?
Oh, some spooky noise. I don't want to go over there. No, not going over there. No, spooky.
Don't worry. We're big and hard. We'll protect you.
Good.
Trust
driver,
us.
good.
Come on,
Good
trust
good
us.
driver.
Keep to the road. Keep to the road. Come on,
No,
lads. Come on.
too spooky. No.
I'll
everyone-
protect you.
Everyone, give me perception checks.
Did he just say we're big and hard?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
His inner Englishman just came out there.
Wow.
So 20, 15, 27, 18. Talar,
on it.
no, Coralina. Sorry, just Coralina. And an unnatural
go.
20. Yeah. No, everyone actually just hears a voice call out from the tree line. Coralina Isina Idra of House Ramiel. Please step outside.
Oh no.
That's all you guys hear. Victorless and Temple, Victorless and Neftari, I'm reading the wrong thing here. On the 27 and the 18 from your perception checks, you glance over to your right to the tree line, and you can see a solitary humanoid figure. Humanoid finger.
Just a
Figure.
big finger.
Yeah, just a massive middle finger pointing coming out the tree line towards you. No, it's a humanoid figure slowly walking out of the tree line.
What do I see?
Temple, you don't see anything because you're in the back, and the cover is obscuring your vision. Unless you all want to hop out of the back and take a look.
Neftari, bring the horses to a stop, I think.
Boy,
Lara's kind of looking over at Coralina like, what did you do now? She's not actually saying anything. She's just got that look on her face.
And I would get out if I heard that and the thing stopped.
I'd just like to talk to the horses again. You scared of one man? Or is there something else?
There's spooky noise. Flashlight. No, too spooky. And then it's like the one that you're able to speak to is just kind of like constantly pulling at the reins trying to drag the cart off to the left. Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check, and I'll give you advantage since you are speaking to the horse. That's a natural 20. Yeah. After a few minutes of you speaking to the horse, he kind of settles down. The second horse, like, its intelligence isn't high enough for you to actually speak to it, I'm afraid. But it kind of senses that, it's nothing to be afraid of, that you'll deal with the situation, and they kind of settle down. They're still off the road somewhat, but like, you've managed to settle the horses down.
I'd just like to keep the cart moving slowly. So whoever it is has to kind of chase us. We'll wear him out a bit before just in case he's not friendly.
Okay, you begin to like move the cart off the like back onto the road, and it's at a walking pace. So like, if someone would want to like kind of catch up, like they would have to put in some effort to actually like kind of keep up with you. So who's all getting out? What's going on?
I'd like to give those in the back a chance to find out whether it's a friend or foe, or whether we should.
I'll hop off the side of the cart. I'm gonna.
I'm gonna wait inside because nobody knows I'm in here. It'll be a surprise.
So I'm gonna, as
Okay.
the cart's walking along, I'm kind of gonna walk beside it. I'm
Mhm.
gonna have my bow drawn at this individual.
Okay.
Identify yourself.
I'm simply a traveler looking for someone who's been long missing from our home. Coralina, I know you're in there. Please step outside. Coralina, you recognize the voice.
So how familiar is this voice?
It's very familiar. After like hearing your name called out a second time, you recognize it almost instantly.
I swear to God, I thought I removed every ward.
Coralina, if you want me to put an arrow in this guy, just say.
No, let me come out and I'll hop out of the cart.
As you hop out and glance over, the figure continues to walk out, and Victorlas, as you glance over, tall, well built figure, wearing a kind of like a charcoal grey set of trousers with a matching cloak that wraps around his neck and flows down only one his right arm down to just about his thigh. A deep purple clad shirt shirt on that has like a thin a white underlay that rolls full length down his arms. A golden clasp that kind of fixes his cloak just below his neck at his clavicle. Same kind of, oh, actually no, a little bit more saturated, but it's a similar blue colored skin that Coralina has, with very kind of about almost shoulder length flowing white hair. That has a couple like a large set of it kind of like bundled up into a decorative design at the back of his head. And Coralina, before you see Bizet.
You didn't bring anyone with you?
Oh, I'm not too stupid to do that, Coralina. I know that you're on the run. He kind of gives you air quotes as he does so. But
Seeing that they know each other, I draw the horses up to a stop.
okay, yeah, the cart slowly comes to a stop. The the figure starts making his way towards you all. You know, our father. He wants to ensure your safe return, but I've made sure that only I know of your location. Well, not just I, but Nassim knows of your location. You made me aware. And, well, here I am. I'm just wanting to make sure that you're safe.
I'm alive, so that's safe enough.
Yes, but there were whispers amongst our siblings that you had met your demise.
I mean, technically, but, here I am.
Yes, I'm well aware of that fact now. He, like, as he's been speaking, he slowly, like, closes the distance to you, Coralina.
Okay.
It's good to see you again, Coralina. At that, he actually steps forward and wraps one of his big arms around your shoulders and pulls you in to give you a hug.
I don't necessarily protest, so.
Now, I'm assuming you haven't really met into any of the hunters that our father has put against you?
He did what now?
Oh, I thought you'd be well aware that Lord Ramiel has employed some mercenaries to come to the prime material and, let's say, escort you back home.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
I didn't think it would, but I thought you'd have been aware, but now you are. I would keep an eye out on any suspicious-looking individuals.
Well, I mean, I keep a party of them, so.
And kind of glances around at anyone who's come and kind of gone out of the car. Yes,
Yeah,
I've
like
still got my arrow.
right at the,
yeah.
right at
Talar's
this
kind of
moment,
peeking
Neftari-
out of the
Neftari-
back.
Right at this moment, Neftari dismounts.
Yes, you have a very unique group dynamic going. You are going to be okay, though, aren't you?
I'd imagine so.
Good. Rumors of your death. I just wanted to make sure you're okay. You know, our father wouldn't really want me to be leaving the Oran Plain to come to the prime material. Especially
Well, I mean-
if he knew that I knew where you were. He and all of his men would be here as well.
That's why I asked if you were bringing anyone with you.
Of course not.
But it is good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
So did you just travel here? I wasn't aware there was a gate close.
There's a gate relatively close by, and I say it relatively, it's a few days away to the east, but I'm still in contact with Nassim. He's been letting me know which direction you were heading, and I'm able to do quite some interesting things with my school, as you are. I'm able to cover the distance quite easily.
Is Vic still? Does Vic still have a bow drawn?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Vic, you can put that down if you want. He's not going to hurt any of us. At least I don't think so. Are you gonna hurt any of us?
I won't only hurt any of you if you attempt to hurt me. You know,
Okay.
Coralina, I was always the one to try and break up your fights, especially when Anil said some very questionable things about your school of magic.
Fair enough. Right. So, this. I kind of look back at the party and jerk a thumb to Bizet. This one's friendly, so no fighting.
I approach Coralina and I put my hand on her shoulder and say to her brother, "Don't worry, we're going to look after her. We wouldn't let her die."
Gone. I've stepped away.
Second, your hand is on the shoulder, and before the first syllable is out your mouth, Coralina just vanishes. Coralina, come out, please.
I'm fine. I'm just behind the cart.
Okay. Well,
I'll step out from behind the cart. Right here.
you
I
kind
was
of
just watching this whole thing with a little bit of confusion.
kind of just
Having lowered my bow, I'm now Nethari stood in front of him. I'm going to raise it back up again.
kind of just like crosses his arms and shakes his head towards you, Coralina. Well, I would assume introductions are in order. My name is Bizet Shamal of House Ramiel. I am the eldest bastard sibling to little Coralina here.
Hey, so are you a wizard as well then?
I am. I am the focus of the School of Abjuration.
Well then, I'm someone whose name we don't need to. I've been told not to tell the name to a wizard.
Is that so? Well, if it's mistrust towards the adept at the arcane, I will apologize on behalf of all of us. Some of us can be trusted, but there are those, especially those under the School of Illusion or the School of Necromancy and Transmutation, that well, they can be quite mischievous, but I tend to stay away from those sorts. They cause more problems than they solve, and most of the time, I'm the one there that's putting out the fire.
It's okay. I'm only joking. I'm Neftari. If Coralina seems to trust you, then that's good enough.
Well, I would hope Coralina would trust me. It is a pleasure to meet you, Neftari. And kind of extends his hand out to you.
And Neftari shakes.
Okay. Are you still pointing your bow at him, Victorious, just behind Neftari?
Now that they've shaken hands, I mean, I'm assuming I'm a fair distance away, like across the road, kind of thing.
I'd say you're kind of close, like not across the road. You're like in front of the cart, but with Neftari, like putting yourself between, like behind Neftari, you can assume that PJ wouldn't be able to see your drawn bow if you still have it drawn.
Yeah, once they shake hands, I'll lower it again.
Okay.
I'll keep the arrow knocked.
Mhm. Well, I do hope I wasn't interrupting too much. I see you're making your way away from the nearby city. Coralina, are you sure you're going to be okay?
I mean, I've died once, but they brought me back, so I could probably trust these people.
Nassim did say something about a violent and cracking death. But you seem fine to me.
Yep.
If you need any help, don't hesitate to message me.
Corley would approach this time and use a cantrip to send a message to Bizet.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't let Makani know I'm traveling with men.
I wouldn't dare to say such a thing to Makani. I know exactly what she would say to anyone she could spill a voice to about you
good.
and your traveling companions.
Good, because one's a prince and apparently one's a lord.
One's a prince and one's a lord. Well, I'll be. You really have a diverse group here, Coralina.
She just
I'm
offers
gonna
a
step
shrug.
out now.
Step out. The cart kind of. Oh, Adam, you've got an echo, by the way, again.
I'm going to assume that Talar is kind of almost half bowled over because he's getting out of the cart now.
Yeah, you
She
figured.
was kind of leaning out and watching, and here comes Temple. Clonk,
I mean-
clonk, clonk, clonk.
I mean, you're kind of hanging on to the side, so like you don't kind of tumble out. Adam, again, you've got an echo.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Cool. So you don't tumble out. You're hanging on to the side and like hanging onto the tarp as you you lean out. So you are able to keep your balance. And Bizet kind of looks over to you all. Well, I do hope that I wasn't causing too much of an issue stopping you here. I do wish you all the best of luck. And Coralina, a father isn't in the best of health at the moment. Age is slowly getting to him, and I would hope that before he does pass on, that you do come home. I know things aren't the best between you and he, but it may prove to heal that divide between the two of you. Maybe make things a little bit better before he finally passes on.
Well, he's taken a new bride, hasn't he?
He has, yes, and we don't know if she's with child, but if she does get with child and it is a son, then you'd be free to do whatever you please, since he does have another true heir.
Until he finds someone else to form an alliance with.
Potentially.
Mm. Yeah, I'm okay staying here. I'll take it under advisement, but
I would
I
hope
don't
you
think
would take it under advisement. I don't want to. I know your relationship with father is stressed, to put it lightly. But I'm sure the others would be happy to see you. Maybe not a nil, but
it's never a nil.
but Nalani, Dalphon, I'm sure they would all be happy to see you.
Well, there's still some things we need to do here, but maybe. I'll give it a maybe.
A solid maybe is all I need to hear. Well, I wish you all the best of luck, and try not to die again so soon, Coralina.
I wasn't playing the first time, so
You never do. He kind of, again, reaches one arm around you and brings you in for another hug.
okay, I kind of return the sentiment.
Before he turns around and looks back to the tree line, and there from the tree line out steps what it at first glance it just looks to be like a snow white horse of some kind, but as the horse kind of trots closer, you can actually see that the horse itself is translucent. It's just wisps of condensed air flowing down and making this kind of corporeal body of a horse. He
God
kind of
damn, man.
kind
That's
of
a
hops
sexy
up on
horse.
top of it. He hops on top of it, gives you a smile and a nod, Coralina.
Oh, it's okay. Bizet apparently missed the compliment about how sexy the horse is.
He definitely did. Don't you worry. Well, I wish you all a good luck and good fortune with your task at hand. And don't be strange. Don't be a stranger, Coralina. I hope to see you again soon.
Right.
Kind of
Hopefully soon.
ushers the elemental horse off to the side and begins to trot away. So what are you guys wanting to do now?
I pulls
all the
back into
horses-
under the tarps.
Are all the horses in your realm like that?
I don't deal with the wildlife that much, honestly.
Does being in this realm not bore you a little when they've got magnificent things like that?
I mean, you gotta also realize that there are certain things that can kill you in that realm too.
Like hurricanes and things.
Maelstroms mostly.
Eh.
Tempests.
Yeah, well, we have the sea and wild creatures and mountains and volcanoes and things. Things that kill you everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to that realm one day. I don't know what's going on there.
I mean, hopefully later rather than sooner.
Alright, so what are you guys wanting to do now? You guys want to continue going or
Was somebody talking then? Just after you, before.
whoa, what the fuck?
I know that song.
I know you do. Alexa, mute.
Weirdo.
What the actual fuck? Why did my Spotify just randomly start playing on my my Echo? And yes, that was Pop Stars by KDA. Great
I
song.
have that on my phone now.
I guess I'll pile back into the cart.
Alright, cool. You guys heading onwards?
Yeah, let's get these horses back on the road.
Cool. And with the like a reassuring talk from Nethari, the horses make their way back onto the road, and you continue onwards.
Mhm.
You travel for about 2 hours, and continuing your way northwest. There's a small river that kind of flows through a forest, a forest of sorts. You can see like some cut trees that have been cut down, running across the bank closest to you as you make your way over, and there is a kind of a thin wooden bridge as you approach. It's just wide enough to accommodate a cart. It doesn't look too weak, so I mean you could test going over with everyone in the back. But like at first glance, again, Nethari and Victorious, if you guys are both up front, at first glance, not too sure.
Okay, I'll dismount and lead the horses across.
Okay.
We might lighten the load if we get everyone to dismount.
Victorious, what are you doing?
I'll help him.
All right, cool.
Unhitch the horses.
I'm gonna get out here in the commotion.
Okay. So Temple, Victorious, and Nethari, you guys all get out.
This bridge looks wide enough to take the cart across, but not necessarily strong enough.
Basically, yeah.
Talar's gonna get out as well.
I'll get out.
All right, cool. As you guys all climb out, I'd like you all to give me perception checks.
Okay.
20, 21, nat 1 from Neftari, 11,
Oof.
and an 8 plus 4 gives you 15, Victorious, because this would be a forest environment.
Tari finds a shiny rock.
Temple, Talar, and Victorious.
He's just more contemplating of like, why couldn't they have sold me mares?
As you guys are like getting ready to unhitch the horses of the cart, you hear the crunching of fallen leaves just like to your northwest, and as you guys glance up, you can see a figure kind of step out from the shadows of the tree line. A large white staff in one hand, flowing long black hair. Figure stops at the other side of the bridge and turns to you all. Well, I see my acquaintances at the guild weren't able to successfully dispatch you. As they say, if you can't do it again, if you need to do a job right, better do it yourself.
Is this man here to sell us this bridge?
Victorious, as you kind of glance over, you immediately recognize the form of your sister.
Neftari, get these horses behind the cart.
Yep.
And I'll draw
So,
my bow.
clean the wagon.
Yeah, you managed to like escort the horses in the wagon back. You actually move them off the road, like kind of just into the tree line or the forest to give them some cover just in case something bad happens. Regroup with your companions. And Zostina kind of calls out to you. Now, I was kind of hoping that the Baelor was able to dispatch of you all so that I could just do the job with a relative ease, but here you are. You're still getting in the way.
Can I throw a rock at
Um,
just immediately? I don't like, you know.
yeah, go ahead and roll me an attack,
Yay!
an unarmed strike attack.
Oh,
26. As it soars through the air, she kind of just cracks the staff off the ground. There's a soft white glow from the gem encrusted at the tip. The rock sails over and stops what you would assume to be millimeters away from her face, and drops harmlessly to the ground. There'll be none of that here. We're simply having a conversation. There's no need for hostilities.
Who's this cunt?
Oh!
That's Victorious.
She's the one trying to destroy the entire universe and reality and all of it, and I'm going to kill her.
Oh,
I'm going to say quite
please.
loudly.
She deserved that rock.
I'm going to say quite loudly, this cunt is my sister. And I'm going to start moving towards her with my bow drawn
Okay. As you
towards
like
the
kind
side
of
of the bridge.
as you kind of begin to approach her, she kind of like leans the staff in towards you. Like, oh, Victorious, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Besides, once again, this isn't all about you. And no, I'm not the one trying to bring about the end of the universe and this world and all of reality, as you put it. My father and I, we're simply trying to we're just cleansing it, making it clean, giving everyone a fresh start under our
Making
rule.
it nice and clean with rotting corpses.
And giving nobody
that's-
else a choice.
Oh, that's just a process of what happens. But, sometimes if you're working against it, all you need to do is look at it from a different perspective. She kind of lunges the staff out towards the group of you. There is a red beam of energy that launches out from the staff, actually snakes past you, Victorious, and connects directly to your chest temple. I need you to go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Do we recognise this staff that she's holding?
Natural 20. Yes, you do. This is the staff of Karsus. And
Okay.
even on the natural 20, Temple, you resist as much as you can. You feel something deep within you, like attempting to kind of burst out from what almost like a cage that you developed within yourself, something that had been locked away, that you've known was there for a long time but chose to forget. Everything goes dark for you, Temple, and you guys all watch as Temple just kind of like just kind of stutters forward and then locks in place. The glow of the gems of Temple's eyes just dims completely, and a red orb kind of phases out from his chest and then begins to flow along the thread of energy that's connected from Temple's chest to the staff. The orb flows through, gets to the staff itself, which kind of points it to the ground. Welcome back. The orb, once it hits the ground, begins to bulge and stretch until it looks like almost like a portal is formed, kind of just ovular in shape, stretching from the floor to about 6 feet tall and is about 2 feet wide. It kinds to condense in, and you see begins to take shape of what looks to be a figure. Like deep crimson red in color. And then like seems to be almost like liquid flowing from its body. It kind of opens its eyes. And I would like actually only Victorless. You know what, actually, I don't even need you. I'm not even going to have you roll for this, Victorless. As the liquid kind of settles in and everything kind of makes detail, you recognize the figure of your father now standing before you. Kind of.
Fire an
Zelstina.
arrow at him.
Go ahead and roll your attack. Unnatural 20. You let loose the arrow. Zelstina actually tries to crack the staff of Karsus onto the ground to prevent the arrow from flying. Little too late. The arrow sinks into the shoulder of Kenjor before you. And just snaps it off. Drops it to the ground. Now, Zelstina, thank you so much for removing me from that prison that was that shell before me. It has been far, far too long, my son.
I'm no longer your son.
Oh, you will always be my son. As much of a disappointment as you are, you will always be my son.
I fire another arrow.
Go ahead and roll your attack. 23. Sails sinks into his shoulder again. Snaps the shaft off. Drops it. Your attempts are futile. I've been stuck in that shell of a sentinel for far too long, and as I've developed in my knowledge of your adventures, I have grown much stronger than when we last met, when you and your mother and your sister tried to intervene with my plans from before. But this time, myself Me and my daughter will all work together to make sure that my plans come to fruition this time.
If you've just escaped from that vessel, then who was the man we faced?
Oh, that was me. But you're not from this world either, are you, Victorious? You've known it yourself for quite some time. What happened before, when your mother and your sister tried to intervene with my plans? It destroyed our dimension, tore it asunder. And when you and I were separated, you were fortunate enough to find a body to inhabit. Your own body, to be precise. Mine, well, a soul was already occupying my body. So my soul sought a shell to occupy in the meantime. The sentinel before you. But something happened. Something I wasn't able to anticipate. The sentinel took a consciousness of its own. It acted against my wills. But no matter. The younger form of this dimension of myself had already managed to destroy its temple and set our plans in motion. And knowing that the Victorious from a different dimension had inhabited the body of his fallen son, he was able to seek out the information required to draw me forth. And now, well, there are two of me. And what's better than two of me, one wife, one daughter, and no son? Kind of reaches over and grasps the staff of Karsus and takes it from Zilstina's hand. It's two of me, one daughter, one wife, and another son. Kind of lunges the staff out towards you. There is a beam of black energy that emits from the staff, flows straight towards you, Victorious. But instead of connecting to you, kind of breaks around and sinks into your cloak. There is a orb of black energy that kind of splits into and forms around the stream that split around you, coalesces into one orb and flows back towards the staff of Karsus. Point it to the ground, and the same kind of visage apparates before you, stretches and bulges out into a tall ovular shape, and kind of condenses down, a figure starting to form between it. And as the black kind of oozing liquid kind of flows down and dissipates after a few minutes, there before you all is another Victorious. Now, welcome back. Well, I can't really say my son. My son is standing over there, but the Victorious of this dimension, welcome. The Victorious of kind of gives a nod to the Kenjor. Of course, Father. Thank you for breaking the enchantment that has been keeping me swimming in the astral sea. You know, I thought that maybe I would be on your side for the most part when I heard of the story of your dimension. How our father seemed to destroy everything. And to begin with, I felt like I'd be on your side. But after you began to use me, kind of draw upon me from the astral sea and force me to take the hits that you didn't want to, I saw how much of a coward you are. Our father is right. This world needs to be cleansed of heretics and cowards just like yourself, Victorless. And I'm going to help him do it. And the other Victorless kind of reaches up and puts his hand on the other Kenjor's shoulder. Of course. I'm glad you finally, at least one of you, finally sees reason. We have plans. Those plans are going to be put into action. Raises his hand up and cracks the staff onto the floor. A large crimson portal of energy appears before the three of them. It has been a pleasure knowing you. And it's going to be a good feeling knowing that you're going to die a very painful death. Zelstina, Victorless, if you will please join me, we'll leave our parting gift for our friends across the way. Zelstina and the other Victorless step through the portal. Kenjor kind of bows towards you all as he steps through. You watch as one singular eye kind of pops back out from the portal. And then another. And then another. And 7 more eyes kind of pop out through the portal as the stalks kind of reach forward before a black leathery orb kind of pokes out from the portal. One single eye opens up, deep crimson red iris staring down before you. Large mauve razor sharp teeth, and the aberration slowly floats to the left side. There's a thump and another thump as a familiar looking red-skinned demonic entity with deep vermilion red leathery wings steps through. White mane flowing down its back, 2 horns protruding from its head. Reaches out with right hand. There's a crack of fire as a long tendril of burning red energy forms in its hand. Reaches out with its left. There's a bolt of lightning as a long sword of blue cascading electrical energy forms in its left hand as a Baelor and Beholder slowly approach you from the portal. Before you all begin to draw your weapons, the Beholder and the Baelor kind of catch a glimpse of something, and as you look over to Temple's still form, there's a pinprick of light that slowly builds, and it's black. It's that familiar looking negative light that billows up whenever Temple connects with a divine smite. Kind of coalesces into a similar looking orb that was extracted from him, and then flows and forms into his chest and dissipates into his form. Temple, the world begins to flow back into your vision. The red glow of Temple's eyes comes back too. As Temple, you alone hear a voice in the back of your head. You have done me wonders, my Temple. This heretic has stolen what was rightfully yours. But now you deserve one of your own. You are my champion. Continue to fight this heresy and ensure that his works in my name does not complete. Temple, in your character sheet, I would like you to change your alignment to true neutral, please.
Okay.
As you have just been bestowed a gift from Nerul, your own soul.
Lovely.
With that, I would like everyone to go ahead and roll initiative, please.
That was amazing, by the way.
Oh, that's not
Could
working.
anyone
Yeah.
else?
That's
Could
not
anyone
working.
else hear what he was saying? It was on the other side of this ravine.
There we go.
Couldn't hear it.
There we go. Now you guys can see.
Is it possible for a break before we get into all this?
Yes, I'll say we'll go for a quick break here. Go and
Yeah, we need
go
to
to the
go.
bathroom.
Take my brown pants off.
Yeah.
I put a soul into my inventory.
Yeah, no, you don't need to put a soul in your inventory. You know, you just have a soul now.
I mean, you'd be surprised at what goes into somebody's inventory.
Very, very true. Actually, no, absolutely not. No, no.
What? I can tell that
No.
story on break?
No. On break,
I can't-
sure, but not on stream. Not safe for work.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, we're going to
I'm
quickly. You can be curious all you want during the break, but we're going to skip over here and we're going to go AFK for a little bit. Let's say 10 minutes, so we'll go and get something to eat, something to drink, bio break, and we will return shortly.
Woo!
Yay!
I wanted my popcorn, but my roommates have commandeered the microwave.
Yeah, right. Right. So, on the battle map, what you guys will see is you'll see that it's kind of got a weird green effect to it. Basically, what this is the anti-magic the anti-magic field.
Okay.
As long as it is as long as you can see that color, essentially any magical effect will not be visible. Like, so if I put that to 0 and save, it disappears.
Okay.
So because it will be keeping its eye on you for the most part. So what we're going to do, because we do have a time limit here, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative, and Evelyn can roll when we get back. So
We already
I
did.
We already rolled initiative.
Oh yeah, so you did. Yes, you
I'm
guys.
saying
Yes,
it
you guys
because
did.
I rolled a 19.
I got a
Cool.
17.
Right. So Talar 17. What did Temple roll?
17.
17. Victorlas, what did you roll?
8.
8. I thought I was going to say
8.
18. I was like, oh damn.
I rolled
Carolina,
a
you rolled a
10.
19.
I rolled a motherfucking 19.
Cool. Nathara, you rolled a 10. Let's see what the Baylor rolls. And the Baylor has a plus what to its initiative? That. Of the Baylor rolled a that. And the Beholder has a plus that. Sort. Cool. First up, Coralina. Your turn.
Sweet.
Um,
Alright.
For the sake of this, because it's not the Beholder's turn, we will say that the anti-magic cone is not active.
Sweet. Okay, so let's see. That takes an action. So are we really keen on fighting this? No, I'm asking the party.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
you guys get a free action to respond.
I'd
Nuh-uh.
rather not.
Burn the
Rather
bridge.
not.
I'll go through the bridge. Okay, I like it. So, alright. I am going to let's see, how far away is that from the Baylor?
The Baylor. I will also say that you guys are able to
About
rearrange
45 feet.
rearrange yourselves as you see fit as to how you think you would be placed. Like with Victorless, with you kind of step in front, that's why I put you there. Temple's just behind you. So the
Okay.
Nithari, you would have taken off behind cover. Cool. Coralina and Talar, you guys can position
I'd
yourselves as
be
you see fit.
basically, I'd be stood
Oh,
where.
no. I've learned my lesson from combat. I've learned my lesson from last time. Whoop.
Okay.
I'd imagine Temple was probably behind me a little bit, but I would be stood where Temple is.
Okay, so Temple would be there, you'd be there. Or
Yep.
Temple would actually be about there. That's what you guys are going with, yeah?
Yes.
Huh, no.
Cool. Alright, cool. Right, so
Right.
please continue.
Okay, so I'm just in range. I'm gonna try to do something fun that I had planned for shenanigans, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna need to pull out. I'm gonna need to pull out all the stops here.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna need to make a wisdom saving throw, aren't I?
Yes, you are, because I'm going to cast polymorph on the Baylor.
Oh god.
Let's see. The Baylor has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Fuck!
Well, it's a good thing too, because that's a natural 5, and that's a 10 plus a wisdom saving throw of 9. What's your DC?
It's a 19.
Ah, saves.
You motherfucker!
Oh, that's unlucky. That is a big negative on the polymorph, Ghost Rider.
I tried, guys. I'm sorry.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Coralina? You still have your
I'd like-
bonus action.
I'd like to cry.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you cry if you want.
Okay.
Okay, next up is Talar. Your turn in initiative.
Oh, lovely. For some reason, I thought Temple was going next.
Yep.
Is I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what a beholder does.
Ooh.
Well,
I
do
mean,
you want
like
me to
out,
move
out,
it
out of game, I
closer
have
to
no
us?
clue what it does.
Well,
shit.
out of game, it does a lot of
Apparently I
nasty
can move
things.
it.
Wait, yeah, please don't move it. I had to give you guys, please don't mess about with it.
Okay, I was asking, why can I move this behold?
Because I need to give you guys all control of the token so that you can see its aura when its anti-magic cone is active. Otherwise, you can't actually see it. So I needed to give you guys control. So please don't fuck about with the tokens. But out of game, a beholder for you, Diana, does lots of nasty shit. And I mean lots and lots and lots
and
of nasty
lots
shit.
and lots.
It is very terrible.
Very terrible.
Where's my HUP lessons?
We're all going to die.
We're going to die.
Would I be able to make a roll to find out if Talar knows anything about that creature?
What, the beholder? The eye one?
Am I allowed to say anything?
Not on your turn. It's not your turn. So negative. Yeah, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. A 5.
I just want to know if she has any clue what the hell this is, whether she knows it's dangerous or not. Or...
You know it.
does-
You know it's a beholder. You know its name is named a beholder. You know it's a aberration, a very evil entity. But you have no idea what it's capable of.
Okay. Hmm. Let's see that one. Can I do this? I'd like to attempt banishment on the beholder.
On the beholder. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you're within range.
Okay.
That is going to be a DC 16 charisma save. What is the beholder's? Hope I rolled low. So, Talar, as you kind of like grasp your holy symbol, you reach out with your hand and bring your fingers together, and then snap your fingers, and with a faint, the beholder vanishes to a different plane of existence.
I love the
I fucking rolled a natural 1!
Oh, so
Alright, hold on. If the target is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the target is incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if the space is occupied. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. Otherwise, the target doesn't return. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Talar?
At this point, I'm gonna bring up spiritual weapon. Let's see, am I close enough to him?
It's 60 feet, so probably.
Or,
Yeah.
Okay. Spiritual weapon. Right off to the side. Here, we'll do like right here. We'll do.
I didn't see that ping wherever it was.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah, no, I just saw it there. Never mind.
Boing.
Let's see here. Spirit Phoenix. It was just
I'll
there.
do fifth level spiritual.
5th level, cool. And what I'm actually going to do is do that and save. There you go. So it's got a little 5 for me to underneath, so I remember what level it is. 5th level spiritual weapon is so roll a d20 plus 8, please, for your attack. 12. That will not hit, unfortunately, as the Baelor watches as your phoenix erupts from the ground and tries to claw at its face with its talons. The Baelor kind of reaches back and manages to dodge out of the way of the strikes. You have your movement if you would like to use it.
Which she is going to do, and come just behind here.
All right, cool. With that, we move on to Temple. It is your turn in initiative.
I hope you can keep that beholder outside of the plane because I do not like the different abilities that thing has.
I'm assuming I can't respond.
See.
No. DM, Scott. Could you please describe this bridge to me? It is wide enough to hold a cart. There's no railings or anything on the side. It looks.
I'm thinking materials and construction. Materials and construction is my
pure wood. Pure wood. It's a wooden bridge. Bearing in mind though that this is the path that takes you to Westruun, and
we can all swim, right? But fire whip. I don't know. Also, the shenanigans. Think of the shenanigans. DM, do I reckon I could take this bridge? Don't you shake your head at me to laugh.
Wait, take the bridge.
Yeah, do I reckon I could just do enough damage to this bridge to stop that Baelor getting across? So we can pick it from over here.
I mean, you can most certainly try.
Okay, and we all know I'm gonna regardless, but like, realistically speaking, does this bridge look like it could plausibly be damaged in this reality? It's not.
Yeah, it's a
Like
wooden bridge.
dwarven craftsmanship.
It's a
I
wooden
don't think it's a
bridge.
suspension bridge, though, is it?
No, it's like it's got
not
like
like you cut a cable and the whole bridge falls down. It's a wooden bridge.
yeah, it's a wooden bridge. It's got like legs that basically like bury down into the river and into the bed of the river to like support it.
Hmm.
Probably the best advice would be to set it on fire.
What is it with you guys and setting things on fire?
I don't have
Eh?
fire.
I don't have fire either, but I improvise.
I want fire. Scott, can I have a fire spell?
No. I'm just gonna be blunt. No.
No.
No fair.
Why couldn't you land on the other side? Bastard thing.
You've done that thing again where I'm too far away to do anything. It's not fair.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have a way of getting you to let me take a look at what you've got.
But would
Actually,
would I
no.
rather they come to us or?
You don't
Bit
actually.
of a big bastard.
Question 2: How deep is this ravine/river?
You have no idea.
Okay. Do I know what type of creature a Baylor is?
It is a
In
demon.
fact, I have extensive knowledge of Baylors actually, from study.
You do, and it is a demon.
Damn it. Well, I'm out of spells. Are we all having a good time?
Actually, let me double check the monster manual. It might. Well, it is a demon, but I think it's technically classed as a fiend.
If it's in any way classed as a fiend, I might
Yes,
have
yes,
something
it's
I want to.
It's huge fiend in brackets demon. So yes, it's a fiend.
Wait, never mind. Magic Circle is a completely useless spell because it takes a minute to cast.
Having a better time since the Beholder left.
Okay. Back to plan A. Can I move to this position, please, DM? And attack the bridge in front of me. Hopefully, so that maybe when it walks across it, it will fall in. Maybe I don't know.
You have control of your token. Move wherever you'd like to. Okay.
Take that infernal bridge, and I'd like to attack this infernal bridge in front of me. Maybe I'll get lucky, and the wood will be made out of something that's weak to divine smite.
Go ahead and roll.
Congrats, Devilwood.
I don't know what the AC on bridge is. Is that in the monster manual?
You know what? Just go ahead and roll me a.
I was gonna say, I think I'd have better luck pulling on it and trying to pull pieces off than I think I would. You
said you're attacking it, so go ahead and roll me a D8 plus 10.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bridge. You're not going to miss.
Crowbars are great for this kind of thing. You should all have crowbars in your inventory.
I thought you had that.
A 1d8 plus 10 what?
A 1d8 plus 10, yep. Yeah, you do 16 points of slashing damage to the bridge as you bring your longsword down upon it.
Oh, hey, Noodle.
Danger Noodle. Anything else you'd like to do? You still have another attack?
Take that, infernal demon tree. You have purpose after death, therefore you are undead. Die, bridge.
You're hitting it again.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me
I think
another
I preferred it when my dad was in charge.
D8 plus 10, please.
This is going to end badly.
I look around at the people behind me. He's gone nuts. He's gone absolutely.
He probably
If I can stop it getting across the bridge, then all you little ranged fellows can do your thing. Take that, bridge.
18. Okay. You managed to take out a large chunk of wood from the bridge.
Got it.
Let me quickly double check something here.
You checking the HP of bridge?
No, I'm not actually. I'm reading something else because the HP of bridge I've just made up in my head. So if you can make the threshold, then you will break the bridge. But no, I was just checking something else.
If it was weak to divine smite, and I should have done that.
Nope.
The demon bridge.
No.
Do I get a free 1d8 for my divine smite built in?
No, not against. It's when you hit with a creature. You hit a creature with a melee attack. This isn't a creature.
So it's not living tree. We've learned something, guys. Right, end of 10.
Okay, cool. Moves on to the Baelor's turn in initiative.
Yeah, Baelor.
The Baelor, with its vermilion red leathery wings, is going to take flight and fly 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. The Baelor has 80 feet of flight.
I would have said something, but I can't
Guys,
speak because it's not my turn.
Just a random fact. I have extensive knowledge of beholders, and I have written right here: Temple's knowledge, demons, number 6, Baelor, deep black leathery wings. But I've confused him for sure. Now he can't use this bridge. It was out of range anyway. I couldn't have attacked it anyway. I don't care.
Could have held your action.
Well, good night, everybody.
Good
Yeah.
night.
With
It's
that,
time
it's
for
gonna...
Ipapaya Podpo Aslama.
I can't.
We're
wait
all
until we're
going
on
to
1
die.
HP. At the end of this battle, we're on 1 HP, and we run across the bridge and trip on that little spot, and it does 1 HP bludgeoning damage,
With
and
that,
we get a TPK.
with the
from a
Baelor,
bridge.
they are in range. The Baelor is going to turn to you, Victorless, and is going
Course.
to make a. There's another thing that I could do as well, but I'm not going to do that. It's going to make an attack against you, Victorless. The first one is with its.
Can I clarify?
Longsword?
After having my spirit thing sucked out of my cloak, does it now behave like a normal displacement cloak?
You're about to find out as it makes the attack.
Okay.
Also, question: do I get an attack of opportunity from when it passed me?
It was flying. It was out of your range.
Oh, I got long arms.
No, it's flying. It's out of your range.
Oh yeah.
That is a 9, not at disadvantage, plus 14. So that's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Hit. As you take 21 points of slashing damage and 13 points of lightning damage. So that is 34 points of damage total.
Yep.
As it manages to slash at you with the longsword, and then it's going to make an attack with the with its whip again, not at disadvantage. That is a 12 plus 14, so that's a 26 to hit,
That hits.
and you take 25 points of damage, 10 fire damage, as it manages to lash you with its fire whip.
Cool. I'm gonna use what did he hit me with? Lightning and fire.
Lightning and fire, yeah.
No. No, I'll take the damage. That's fine.
All right, cool.
Stay as I am.
Cool. With that, we move to Neftari. It's your turn in initiative.
Okay. Right. I think last time I fought this, I kept hitting it with fire and it took half damage or something. It was resistant to fire.
Something like that. I don't know. I was dead.
Yeah.
Or was it the sunbeam, the radiant damage? It's throwing lightning, so can I
You
assume-
have put out its whip before as well, but I think you got a high roll for that.
You got a
With
really high
water.
roll for that.
Yeah, but it's dishing out lightning as well. So does that mean lightning's not going to do much against it because it's got its own?
You can assume. You don't know.
I'm going to assume it's resistant to fire and lightning because it was resistant to one of those last time, and that's what its weapons are. So the trouble is, lightning is my strongest spell.
That is. So what are you going to do in the turret?
I'm going to cast a 5th level insect.
5th level insect plague. Swarming and biting locusts fill a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range of 300 feet. The sphere spreads around corners, the sphere remains for the duration, and its area is lightly obscured. The sphere's area is difficult terrain. When the area appears, each creature in it must make a constitution saving throw. A creature takes 4d10 piercing damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. A creature must also make the saving throw when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there. So that's a 5th level insect plague, and I'm going to assume you're putting it down on the on top of the Baylor, yeah.
That is such a metal spell. Richmond would be so proud.
Yeah, with the
Hold on,
20-foot
was it
radius, though.
20-foot radius, yeah.
That's a big
5,
radius.
10, 15, 20, 25,
And those are
30,
broken radius.
35,
I'm gonna need you to
40.
turn it up.
Yeah, I've already got it. That's the
That's the circumference. 25-foot radius.
Hey, look, guys.
That's a 20-foot
Both
radius.
of these distances
there you
are
go.
20
Yeah.
feet.
yeah, that's a 20-foot radius right there. So yeah, where do you want to put that, Neftari?
Up a bit, hopefully.
As it stands, you could put it like that, and you would be able to have the Baylor in it alone, and that would be it. Otherwise, any further south than that, and you're going to be hitting everyone else, basically. Well, almost everyone else. Atari? David?
Hello? Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right. Go ahead and roll me, what was it? 4d10. It needs to make the Baylor needs to make a constitution saving throw. Ouch. This is going to suck. Yeah, it passes. Wow. That's a lot of tens. 29, halved, however, to 15. As it, unfortunately, rolls a 27 on its constitution saving throw. Up down to 15. Drops it down to that much health. As this plague of locusts, insect plague, fills this area just north of the Baylor. Is there anything? He's gone.
He's coming back.
Maybe. Okay, cool. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn? While we're here in Thari? It's going to be, unfortunately, be a bit of a delay with Nithari. Now, I shall move away. Remember, its whip has a 15-foot range, or sorry, a 30-foot range. Sorry, and its longsword has a 10-foot range. So at the moment, if you make that move there, you will break its melee range. It will get an attack of opportunity if you do that, or it will provoke an attack of opportunity. It might not take it. Okay, he's doing it. That is going to be a longsword attack against you. That is a 7 plus 14. So that's a 21 to hit. Armor class of 19, so that will hit. That is going to be 3d8 plus 8. Where's my d8? Here. 3, 9, 8 is 17 plus 1, 17. 18 plus 8 is 26. Plus 3 is 29 points. No, you should actually have all of your own, but for some reason it's not wanting to work. Huh. Yeah, you do. You do have your own.
Interestingly, I do. It's just grayed out. It's like fog of war for what I can see. But then
for some reason your one's like really short.
Our ranges are just really short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, because Neftari can see miles, can he?
Yeah, Nethari's got 120 feet of dark vision. You guys can see 30 feet uninhindered. And then 60 feet after that. I don't know why it was down. For some reason, it was down to 15 and 30 feet, but that's not right. So there we go. That should be now fully up to date, and you guys should be ready to go. So yeah, you take 29 points of damage, Nithari, as you break its melee range, and it takes its attack of opportunity against you. Victorless, it's going to move to your turn in initiative.
Fucking A. I'm going to use my action to disengage. No, am I? Wow, fucking hell. Sod it. Bonus action, draw both short swords, attack this motherfucker.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attacks. Still don't know why it's giving you an option for plus 32.
Yeah, I know.
16 will not hit.
Ooh, can you hear us?
20 will hit for 8 points of piercing damage. Go ahead and roll your d8 of Colossus Slayer, please.
Yeah, one, yeah.
So 8 and 4, that's 12. Drops it down to that much health. And is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move round to this side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then my turn now. That's it. That's all I can do.
All right, cool. And with that round of combat over, that's what we're going to call it for tonight, because that is 25 past 11. So next week, when we get back into things, we're going to be straight back into initiative. I'm about to post a code here in the Roll20. Please ignore it. This is just for my initiative tracker to make sure that everyone's health and everything is saved. But yeah, that's where we are going to call this session for this evening, because there are things and plans and stuff going on that people need to attend.
And stuff.
Yes, things and stuff and
Things and stuff and all the things.
all the things and all the stuff. But anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed that one. I've been looking forward to this session for the last couple of weeks, because I've had this plan of, all right, when you guys get out, we're going to advance the story properly, and we're going to really dive into people's backgrounds and what's happened, and kind of actually link everything together, because everything is now, well, most things are now linked in together. Evelyn, I hope you appreciate the fact that, you know, the backstory that you gave me all those months ago is actually coming into play, because it is.
I write it all down for a...
Yeah, but that is what happened was a direct reference to your background. Well, your backstory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys have all enjoyed the session. Unfortunately, I'm having to cut it quick because, again, things and stuff and parties. Parties? No, absolutely not.
I mean, it's something like that, yeah?
Yeah, basically. But yeah, unfortunately, we've got people have got places to go, things to do. So we're going to have to call it an end there. Before we do end, however, down below, I think I can't remember if I actually put up.
We do have our Teespring up and running. Mostly it's running shirts at the moment, so buy our stuff. We need to eat, or rather make the stream better.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that. But no, not only the Teespring for our merch that I'm still currently wearing. I'm not still currently wearing, but I am wearing for this session. We have set up a Patreon as well, because this is something that I've been wanting to do, this kind of the whole streaming thing for a long time, and I've tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed numerous times. And, you know, this is something, like, I think the reason that I've tried and failed numerous times is because I didn't have a focus, something that I wanted to do. And this is something that, you know, I really want to do. So down below, if supporting Twitch isn't to your liking, down below is a Patreon. You can sign up to however much you ever want to support, whether it's a few cents, whether it's $1, whatever. Every little helps, and everything is absolutely appreciated. At the moment, I mean, I don't think anyone's actually up on it. I'm pretty sure. Could someone actually go and check the information box underneath the stream to see if...
I'm looking at it right now.
That is a big old t-shirt.
We mostly have like rules and stuff like that. We don't have the Patreon set up yet down there.
Is the Patreon panel not there? No.
No, it is not.
I thought it was. I thought I did set it up. Yeah, it is there, but I haven't gotten around to linking it out. So I will get that set up after the fact, and make sure that it's nice in there and ready for people to come and support. If supporting on Twitch isn't your thing, because, you know, Twitch can be a bit of a bitch with, you know, taking 50% and shit like that, and, you know, it's what, $4.99 for a sub.
Plus, you also get special boosts, like if it's at the $100 tier, that you actually get to be a certified crusader. Yay!
Yes, so the tiers that we have, $1 tier is obviously the basic on-stream thank you and access to our brand new Discord that I have set up, which is where we've migrated to now. A $5 pledge grants you everything from the $1 tier, and you get to suggest a plot hook that may be implemented into the campaign. So if you have an idea for something that the party might come across or might want to do, you can suggest that. $10 is casting suggestion. You can design a combat or social encounter that the party may come across in future sessions, and I will be saving all of them aside and using them, not all the time, but it will be as the situation calls upon it. $20 is design an NPC of the world the party may come across in their travels. So if you want to design a tavern keeper or like a stable keep or an armor or whatever, and what they sell, what they look like, what race, sex, anything like that, you can completely design your own NPC and have that included into the game. And the last tier, limited to 5 pledges, I think I put it at. Yes, 5 pledges at the $100 tier, because A, that's a lot of money, and frankly, I wouldn't want anyone to put $100 towards me. But you know, I put it there as an option because the last tier is to become a Crusader. For the $100 pledge, you will gain access to everything beforehand. You can design an NPC, design an encounter, suggest a plot hook. You get your on-stream thank you. But not only that, but you will be able to create your own, well, if it were to happen now, 12th level character. You will get access to the Discord. Every pledge gets you access to the Discord, but you'll get access to our own Caped Crusaders channel, and you will be free to join us as a PC for a period of time and become a Caped Crusader. But anyway.
I'm a math expert, but if you know, this is a new thing. So if you're in and you suggest an NPC and maybe you're the first person to do it, then you're like 100% likely to have it happen. If you're the only person that suggested something, then you're the only idea going forward, and it will happen.
It will happen. Like whether it happens straight away or whether it happens like a couple of sessions down the road, that remains to be seen. But if you are the first to pledge and you do pledge like to create an NPC, I mean, I don't have anyone else to choose from, so hey, it's your option. But anyway, enough of that. Things have gone on long enough. It is getting quite late, so I bid you all adieu. I do hope you have all enjoyed tonight's session, and we will catch you all again next week, starting at 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. GMT now, because we're no longer in summertime because clocks rolled back today.
For you.
Yeah, for us.
For you, yeah.
Sorry, America. Anyway, I hope you have all enjoyed the session. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you on the next session, adventurers. Have a good day.